Sam, today's dinner party was really fun. I'm sorry for having you pay for me yet again.
Well, that's fine by Bree. What the hell was that today? Why did you have to be so rude to my husband today?
Huh? I have no clue what you're going on about, but...
I'm not screwing around right now. You were the one that asked to have this dinner party today so that you could talk with us. And that's the reason my husband and I made that reservation for that nice restaurant. Yet you and your husband kept on treating my husband like there was something wrong with him. So to us, that was not a fun dinner whatsoever. We didn't really try to treat Alan as though there was something wrong with him. Actually, we were very kind to him today.
What? You should know that myself and my husband have both graduated from a university, right? But out of all of us, there's the outlier, which is your husband, Alan. So we just thought that since he was a high school dropout, he wouldn't be able to understand our high-level conversations. And so to be kind enough to him, we made sure to speak in simple terminology. Yet you both started talking to him in the most childish manner possible. And then when there was something he questioned, you turned to one another and say that this was only natural of a dropout. And then you both would talk to him again like he was some kind of baby. But that wasn't us trying to treat him like he was stupid or anything. We just wanted to make sure that Alan could be part of the conversation and understand everything. Yet it seems you think we were trying to make fun of him or something. Maybe you thinking that way secretly means you're the one thinking your husband really is an idiot.
Huh?
I should have known that being a high school dropout would come with so many problems. Will you feel as though he's not smart enough for you? Why not just divorce him? It's not fair for us to have considered him a part of our family, right? Alan is a very respectable man and has done well for himself. So there's no way I'll ever divorce him for the reasons you're giving me. This is definitely not something someone in your shoes should be saying anyway, Bree. But that's exactly why I brought this up to you. I really never thought that I'd get a wedding invitation from you today to get to see with Alan. And since it'll be a cheap wedding anyway with that dropout of yours, there's no way my husband and I would ever be able to sit through it. But I guess we'll come if that's really going to make you happy. I had planned out the perfect time to hand you our invitation and everything, but to think you'd actually just sit there and laughing at me and Alan about it? Sam, please think this through at least one more time. Your husband is a dropout, and a high school dropout at that, so he'll only bring you trouble in the future. And it's not like he'll be able to find a good career, and if he does, it'll be somewhere with low salary, right? If you could just divorce that useless husband, right now would be the best time before you have that wedding. I'll say it as many times as I have to. I am not going to divorce Alan just because you say I should. No matter how hard Alan has tried to find good work, he'll never stop treating me with the love and care that makes me respect him. I'm asking you to stop all of this right now, and for you both to look past the education he has. If you do happen to come to the wedding for the both of us, you'd better behave yourselves, or else I will not forgive either one of you. I can't tell you're really upset after yesterday, and so I am. I'm sorry about them, Alan. I should have known that those two would be rude to you.
Huh? I'm not actually all that angry about it, though.
But this morning, you didn't even talk with me at all, and left me straight for work. That must mean you're really upset about yesterday, right?
That's not it at all. I had a client that I really needed to make it in for, so I had no time to dilly-dally this morning. So I was out of the house before you even got out of bed. Oh, you don't have to worry about how I feel, because that was the only reason I didn't see you.
Is that true?
I'm really not that upset about any of that yesterday. If anything, I'm used to being picked on like that, so dealing with your sister and her husband was no problem at all. Actually, yesterday was kind of fun for me.
What?
The way the two of them talked to me yesterday was like watching a comedy or something. when they'd start talking all businesslike, I could tell that they've never actually used some of those words before. Sometimes I'd chime in saying, "Wow, that system is like expecto patronum," and the two would reply, "Yeah, that system was like expo."
I was wondering why you were laughing so much back then. I guess those two didn't even know you were mixing in magic spells with their fake business talk.
Well, I'm just going off the fact that I'm a high school dropout, right? And normally, when you compare someone that graduated college to someone without a high school diploma, the college graduate is much more intelligent. I know better than to think that I'm any less smart than them, especially after blatantly making jokes like that.
Alan.
I don't even think of my education as being embarrassing or anything. That's the most important thing. But me dropping out of high school, going overseas, was the best choice of my life. So no matter what they try and say to me, I won't mind it one bit.
You have a good point. And because of that, you'd made it this far. Well, anyway, good luck with work today, okay? I'll be heading out to work in a little bit myself.
We're almost to our wedding date, so only a little bit more hard work to go.
Good morning, Sam. Today the weather is perfect, isn't it? This would make the perfect day for your wedding, right? Don't be saying good morning to me, Bree. Do you know what time it is right now? The wedding has just begun. Yet you and your husband are not still here yet. Well, about that, Sam. We decided that today the two of us would no longer be coming to your wedding. Really? So you've really chosen to stay away then? I had said to you before that we didn't really want to come. And after having another talk with my husband about it last night, we decided that today's wedding really isn't something either of us would be enjoying at. So that's why we've chosen not to come. There's not even a good enough reason for us to see a dropout get married to you. What? Excuse me, Bree? Are you really using that as your excuse for not coming today? Well, it's a great excuse though, right? Also, my husband and I are not coming to that wedding will also help you guys as well. There's also a good reason for all of this. And how would you not coming here help us? Because if your husband is a high school dropout, that would mean most of his guests are in the same boat as him, right? Do you understand what would happen if two college grads ended up being in the middle of all of them? They'd all start to get jealous of us too, and then the whole wedding would turn into a riot. Uh-huh? The bride and groom are supposed to be the main point of the wedding, right? But if we are both there catching all the guests' attention, then I feel bad for you two. So consider this me allowing the two of you to have a great wedding by staying away from it. You're lying, right? Are you seriously saying things like that right now? I'm very serious, Sam. So you can go ahead and just give up our seats, please. We are planning to use this day we both took off to stay at home and lay off. But this is the wedding of your older sister. I know that you both don't really want to be here, but are you really going to use that excuse on me? That would mean you are making fun of us again, right? And not only did you just make fun of us too, but all guests that Alan has brought along as well. I'm actually completely done dealing with you both. Even after all the things I'm doing for you, you're going to say that we're making fun of you all? Well, I guess I'd have to say that I've had enough of you as well, so this works out perfectly. Just be happy that I'm at least letting you celebrate your wedding with all those idiots. It'd be a waste of your once-in-a-lifetime event to even have overly intelligent graduates. They're ruining the whole atmosphere.
You're right in saying you'd both be a total waste.
Huh?
It's been a little bit since we last had dinner together, Bri. This would be Alan. I completely understand that you and your husband will not be coming to the wedding, and just to let you know I can agree that the two of you shouldn't be coming to our wedding. So, thank you so much for letting us know that you'll not be making it in today. It warmed my heart to hear that from both of you.
How does that warm your heart? Not only should you be saddened by us not coming to see you guys, but being happy because of it only makes you look more like a dunce.
Well, I'm not a dunce, and that's exactly why I'm happy. You graduated from college and you still don't understand anything yet?
Excuse me, Alan?
I had allowed Sam to invite you to the wedding because you're her little sister. But I knew very well that you and your husband loved to judge people based on their education. And so I really had hard feelings about letting either of you lowlives into my wedding. So now I'd like to share with you those feelings I've had. So, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so happy you both aren't coming.
You can't just screw around about this now. Did you just call my husband a lowlife? Unlike you, my husband and I are both graduated from universities. Not only just universities, but Ivy League ones. So you have no right to calling either one of us lowlives.
You may have graduated from a very high esteemed university and all, but you left that place forgetting everything you should have learned there. All you are now is just two losers that think you're hot stuff because you have a certificate saying you went there.
Huh? Don't you dare start talking to me like that, you high school dropout. I thought you'd be asking politely to come and see your wedding while offering us money in return. Yet here you are talking to me like I'm an animal. Well, if you're going to keep this up, I'm not giving you and my sister anything as a gift. I have no need for handing gifts to anyone that thinks it's okay to treat me this rudely.
Which is fine, because I wouldn't have accepted it from you guys anyway. Getting anything as a gift from two idiots isn't much to be happy about.
Excuse me? Now you've really pissed me off. You think your little dropout butt can get away making fun of us? It's far too late for you to regret us not coming to your wedding.
Actually, I believe the two of you are far too late to regret what'll happen to you both. Me going easy on you both for your rude behaviour by just laughing it all off ends today. I'll make sure that you guys understand that very well.
Well, the two of us aren't ever going to see you ever again now. Now go back to giving all your stupid guests the cheap wedding they've been asking for. There's no way any of them are going to enjoy any of it now, though.
I wonder about that. Well, that'll be it from me. Go ahead and stay inside that house of yours and lay around all day.
Wait, Sam! What the hell is going on right now? Why the hell are those really popular artists showing up to your wedding? Huh? Why do you know about them? I just saw them at your wedding on Instagram. Even my favorite artist, Swifty Taylor, is there right now. Why is she there with you both, now taking pictures with you? Wow, they've really been posting everything the moment it happens then, huh? What do you think? Are they taking pretty cute pictures of me? But to be honest, standing next to Swifty like that, I didn't know how to pose myself to match her energy. What's even worse is that the fact that there are Hollywood artists with you both as well. Why would all the actors from Primitive Planet 4 show up to your guys' wedding? Right now, your wedding is #1 on the most viewed events. Some of the live streams are saying that all those artists and actors are there for a friend's wedding. There are pictures of Alan and Mike J posted all over as well. There's no mistaking that that's Alan in all these photos. Oh my gosh, I hate that this is getting so much news right now. I had hoped they'd all come to our wedding while keeping it on a down low. But I guess they're all too popular to just show up without people taking pictures and making posts about it. Please answer my questions right now. Why are all these famous actors and song artists showing up to your wedding today? What kind of lottery did you end up winning for this? What the actual hell is all of that? These people aren't just here because we won some kind of prize. All of them are good friends of Alan. Alan knows a lot of people, and a lot of famous people at that. On top of that, he's worked with a lot of people, and they all made sure to bring friends of theirs as well today. And so that's why we were able to get this many people here today to celebrate the marriage of me and Alan. What? That can't be your answer to my question. What kind of person even is Alan? What the hell has a high school dropout been doing that gotten him to work with this many famous people? I'm sure I had once told you all about the kind of work he does before. Alan is the owner of a record company in California.
And due to his success, he's even worked with other countries and their music artists to create hit albums. Actually, he helps with a lot of the music for the movies as well, hence a lot of actors and actresses being here as well. He's the CEO of a record company? I can't remember you ever telling me something as huge as that. Well, perhaps that's due to you need to cleaning out your ears. And there's also a part of you and your husband always treating my husband as though he's an idiot. And so because of that, you both just chose to believe what he could never amount to anything and stuck with that idea. But normally that'd be the case with dropouts, right? He didn't even graduate high school, Sam? If he couldn't even make it through grade school, his life should be filled with troubles, right? So there was no good reason for me to think he'd have this own company. I definitely was never thinking he had a chance knowing this many famous celebrities. I'm sorry, Bree. The wedding is over now, and we're all going to be moving to an even larger building for the party. I'm so going to be pretty busy again, so I'll text you later. Sam, my husband and I are going to come over there right away. So go ahead and leave us on the list to get in, okay? Huh? I want to be there to get pictures of Swifty Taylor as well. If you could get the whole cast of Primitive Planet 4 together with me, that would be great. I'm really sorry for misunderstanding Alan all this time, but we'll be over there soon. I'll make it up to him by handing him a gift or something. Nope, we don't need either of you here now. And we've already told security that you're no longer on the list, so please don't come unless you want to deal with them. Huh? Having you here would be the wrong choice for us, right? You'd change the whole image of my wedding and after party and make things awkward for all of us. But we are saying that we'd love to come now to celebrate your marriage and everything. If you're upset at me canceling last minute, I apologize to you for that. So please put us back on the list. But you guys are university graduates, so if you guys were here, everyone would become jealous of you two. And we wouldn't want any kind of trouble starting here now, would we? Huh? Just as you told Alan, you said having 2 college graduates here would be a mistake, right? Most of the people here haven't even graduated from college, and some not even high school. Swifty herself never graduated high school, making her a dropout as well. So in order to keep her happy, I'd like you both that you don't come. Wait, are you kidding me? A lot of the celebrities had things happen in their lives that forced them to have dropout before they graduated. But everyone here doesn't care about that and continues to do their best with the work that they love. What? Well, it's time for us to be getting back to the party. Know that if you do try to force your ways in, the security will handle you, and I'll give them full permission to use any force necessary. So if you don't want to get hurt, don't make any efforts to come. Sam, please, can you have Alan come and help us? So, do you think you can ask Alan to come and do something for us? He ended up blocking me and is no longer responding to anything I've been asking him. What the hell have you done now? Especially when you're asking for his help of all people. Well, it's my husband's job and it's gone downhill for him. His company had asked him to take care of a very important and big task, and the artist he was supposed to be working on with has gone and cancelled on him. He told him he no longer wants to work with him. Oh my, how unfortunate for your husband. So what the hell happened to cause all of this? Well, that's, I think the artist had happened to be at your guys' wedding the other day. So I think he learned about us and chose not to work with my husband. He said he doesn't want to work with my husband, and as long as my husband is there, he will not help the company out at all. What? Apparently, that artist also dropped out of high school. And so when he found out about my husband and I making fun of dropouts, he chose to stop dealing with him. He said that if my husband can't come to respect anything other than someone's education, then he can't go suck it. And my husband has tried to apologize plenty of times to him now, but he won't forgive him. Well, it seems you guys really are in a tough position. This task he's been given is very important to the company, so if he can do it, he'll really get a good bonus and perhaps a promotion. So please help us, Sam. Just try something to get your husband to help mine out. I think having you say something to him can help rebuild everything. I'm sorry, but that's not happening. Alan says he doesn't want anything to do with you both. Huh? And he said he blocked you both for that exact reason. And as his wife, I agree what he's asking for. Are you serious? And as your big sister, I warned you both multiple times to stop what you're doing. Yet you guys never once changed your attitudes towards Alan. And of course, I was over you both as well and completely stopped asking you for you to stop it. So please understand that he no longer wants to see you and your husband ever again, and I'm thinking the same thing. You're kidding. You want to cut ties as well? I may not be able to have a good of a job as you and your husband, but I have my amazing high school dropout here to support me. Perhaps this will help you both learn to look past people's educations and start accepting them based on what they act over anything else, like normal adults do. We can't learn that if we're both in trouble. Please, I'll do anything for you as long as you help us. I'll give you anything you ask for, so please. Goodbye forever, Bree. And make sure to let your husband know as well that I said goodbye. I learned that in the end, that task that Bree's husband had been tasked with did not go well over for him or the company he was employed in. And after taking full responsibility for the mistakes made, as well as having to give full apology to said artist from before, he was given a demotion within the company, ending any chances of bonus and promotion. And as for Bree, she had tried her hardest to get me to talk to her again, going all the way to my parents and family about all of this. But because everyone already knew of the reasons for her not coming to my wedding, as well as the stories of how her and her husband treated Alan, not a single person in the family helped her out. And actually, most of them told her just how embarrassing she was as a family member, and that they no longer considered her as family. She was then forced to leave everyone, and now has to find a way to make things work as an outcast from my family with her less than impressive husband.
Maya, can you talk? I need to ask you something.
You need to ask me something? Me? What's gotten into you?
Why? Why can't I ask you something? A mother wants to ask her daughter something sometimes.
Maybe if we were a normal family, but I don't remember you ever treating me like I was your daughter. You've only ever liked beautiful Rebecca, always spoiling her. You never took care of me and kicked me out as soon as I graduated high school. Why wouldn't I be apprehensive when all of a sudden you tell me you want to ask me something? And especially when you want to talk the day after I introduce my fiancé to you guys. What are you planning?
You've always had such an ugly personality. Fine, I'll be direct. You need to let your younger sister marry your fiancé.
What?
Yesterday, you came by the house to introduce us to your fiancé, yes? His name was Ryan, I think. It was love at first sight for Rebecca. She's saying that she's going to marry Ryan, so you need to break off your engagement. You're the older sister, so you need to let your younger sister have him.
What? What are you saying? I need to let her have him? Ryan's not a toy. He's not an object I can just give to someone else. Are you crazy?
But Rebecca says she wants Ryan. Your father and I think that rather than Rebecca marrying someone we don't know, that we would feel much better if she marries someone we know is marriage material.
That's not the issue here. Don't be ridiculous. Why do you want to take everything away from me? Like my toys and clothes and even my birthday presents. Rebecca has always been given all of my belongings, and I've been told to just deal with it.
Now you want me to give her my fiancé? I've had enough of this. Ryan is my fiancé. I'm not giving him to Rebecca. What are you getting all upset about? He's still marrying someone in our family. And rather than marrying you, whose face and personality are average and boring, I'm sure he'd want to marry your younger sister, who's smart and beautiful and caring. Do you have no regard for other people's feelings? I hear what you're saying, but it's already been decided. Your relatives and I got together last night and talked about it. And we decided that you and Ryan would be breaking off your engagement and Ryan would be marrying Rebecca. He'll be taking our last name and you'll be marrying your cousin Evan instead. What? Why are you deciding who I'll be marrying? Can you not try to control who I'm marrying? And isn't my cousin Evan that 50-year-old who quit his job and is a deadbeat now? Telling me to marry him is the same as telling me that I need to be his caretaker and provide for him financially. No, that is not going to happen. Come on, don't be selfish. It's already been decided. So just stop fighting it and let Rebecca have Ryan. And you marry Evan instead. Who's really being selfish here? You really think you can tell me all this and I would say, okay, Mother, I will never give you Ryan. Do you really think it's okay for you to talk to me like this? I think you'll regret acting this way. What? What are you saying? You just wait. I will make sure the two of you break up.
Hello? Is this Maya's mother, Sharon? This is Maya's fiance, Ryan. I'm texting you from Maya's phone.
Oh, hello. Is this Ryan? Thank you so much for reaching out. Have you decided to marry Rebecca?
Please cut the crap. I have no intentions of ever breaking up with Maya. Nor do I have any plans of marrying Rebecca.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe you're saying this. Rebecca is so much kinder than Maya. You know, you'll be so much happier if you marry Rebecca, right?
Please don't think you know what makes me happy. Who do you think you are? And personally, I think that Maya is so much more attractive than Rebecca. Rebecca is so vulgar and impolite. She can't even begin to compare to Maya.
What are you talking about? If you would just meet Rebecca, I know you'll see how wonderful she is.
I can see we're getting nowhere with this. So let me be direct. The reason I'm texting you from Maya's phone today is to talk to you about you and your family prank calling Maya.
Prank calling? What are you talking about?
Playing dumb will get you out of this. I know that you and your relatives have been calling Maya's cell and her work over and over. And saying, quit your job or break off your engagement. And some days you've been calling over 100 times. And you've gratified Maya's apartment with the same message and thrown raw eggs at her apartment. You've also been stalking me. Rebecca's been sending me lewd photos with messages telling me how great she is. I want to talk to you today about all this.
We would never prank call or stalk anyone. All we're doing is showing Maya how selfish she's being, because she won't give you to Rebecca. So, I'm having all of my relatives help. And the pictures of Rebecca we sent you was just because we want you to get to know Rebecca better. And now that you know how beautiful she is, I know you'll change your mind.
Actually, it creeped me out so much I hate her even though I've never talked to her. Everything you've done and are doing is extremely troublesome. Do you have any intentions of stopping?
Of course we won't stop. We'll keep doing it until you marry Rebecca and Maya marries her cousin. I need to teach Maya that she can't be selfish.
I see. Okay, then we'll be suing all of you.
What?
You and your relatives have been calling Maya over 100 times, telling her to break up with her fiancé, and leaving the same message in her mailbox, and writing it on her door in permanent marker. And pounding on her doors and walls and throwing raw eggs at her apartment. All of this has caused Maya great emotional distress. So we'll be seeing you in court.
What? Court? Just for calling someone?
Because of you and your relatives, Maya's been hurt deeply. This isn't about just making some phone calls and about your graffiti. That's property damage. So her landlord has filed a victim report.
A victim report? He went to the police?
Of course he did. Even though he wrote on Maya's apartment, the landlord is the one who owns that apartment. Throwing raw eggs and writing on someone else's property is property damage through and through. We have security camera footage of you writing on her door, so you can't talk your way out of this one.
What?
And you and your relatives all called Maya's place of work. You told him to fire Maya and spread bad rumors about her. There are hundreds of prank calls and silent calls. This is an obstruction of business. So we'll be suing you for that too. And about you stalking me and ambushing me and sending me lewd photos and letters, I'll be suing you for stalking me.
Just wait a second. I can't believe you're trying to make all these charges against me. Are you planning on making your new fiancé a criminal?
Who are you referring to when you say new fiancé? My fiancé is and has always been Maya. I have nothing to do with a stalker named Rebecca.
What? Are you calling Rebecca a stalker?
Isn't that what she is? Sending me disgusting photos? And you said that this is a family problem. But what you did is still a crime, and you can be sued for it. Depending on what Maya wants, we can also have you detained.
Detained? I'm going to be arrested? We're going to be arrested?
Yes. About the property damage and obstruction of business, the victim in those cases isn't Maya, but is her landlord and her company. So it falls outside of the scope of family problems. Her place of business and her landlord have no relation to you. You all may have thought that you were attacking Maya, but the victims are actually complete strangers.
No, that may be, but...
You're stalking me is the same. I still haven't legally married Maya, so we're complete strangers. I will be in charge of proceeding with the matters I've discussed with you today. You'll be served soon.
What? Wait a second. What do you mean you'll be in charge? What do you mean?
It's quite simple. I'm a lawyer.
What? A lawyer?
Yes, I represent Maya's company. And I've been hired by Maya and her landlord as well. I will be in charge of suing all of you. I'll be contacting you about all the charges formally tomorrow, so please stand by for that.
Wait, please wait, you have it all wrong. I don't have anything to do with this.
What do you mean you have nothing to do with this? You're the main perpetrator here.
I only did the things I did because I was ordered to. It was my husband's brother and his wife that said we should prank call Maya and her company. They said they wanted Maya to quit her job so she could take care of their son, Evan. My sister-in-law and all my other relatives were so keen on this plan, I couldn't go against them. All I did was make 1 or 2 calls like I was ordered to. I haven't done anything else. And it was Rebecca who sent you all those photos of herself. And it was my husband who wanted Rebecca to marry you in the first place. I didn't do any of this. So I have nothing to do with this.
You say you only made 1 or 2 calls, but about 25% of the calls made to Maya and her company were from you. How do you plan on explaining that?
Huh? How do you know that?
You want to know how I know that? Because as soon as Maya realized she was receiving prank calls from you, she recorded every phone call and wrote down who called at what time. So don't think you can lie your way out of this.
You have it all wrong. I only did this so everyone could be happy.
It's obvious Myra's not included in everyone. You're all awful people.
But, if we're convicted, it'll be bad for Maya. Are you okay with Maya being called a criminal's daughter?
I've already received Maya's go-ahead with all of this. She doesn't care what people around her think. And if anyone does, she can just tell them the whole story. We'll make sure they know that Maya did nothing wrong, so please don't worry. The only people going to hell will be you guys.
I can't believe this.
Next time I'll be speaking to you, it'll be in court. I'll make sure you all pay for this.
A few days later, Ryan sued my mom and all of my relatives who were involved. Because of all the evidence, we won our case easily. We sent my parents, my younger sister, my cousins, and his parents to jail. And my other 8 relatives were put on probation and had to pay a settlement. Now that my family and relatives have a record, everyone talked about them behind their backs. And they divorced each other, or moved far away, and are all living apart now. I guess it can't be helped since they did it all to make their precious daughter happy. For a while, this all had me really down. But after we won the trial, I started to slowly recover, and now I'm completely better. I married Ryan 1 year later, and we're really happy together.